Is bulking worth it in calisthenics? Yes and no. Bulking in calisthenics is a topic that would rarely be mentioned for a very good reason. It simply doesn't make sense to increase your body weight if you're looking to perform better at bodyweight exercises. However, now that I have passed through a cutting phase, I can confidently say that I have experienced all the spectrum of my own body weight, from very skinny in my starting point to borderline obesity in my peak bulk. Why bulk with calisthenics? Obviously, in the sense of pure performance, it doesn't make sense to increase your body weight. Why would you self-sabotage your own progress by making it harder? Putting aside performance, whether you're looking for endurance or skills in calisthenics, there is a reason as to why you should bulk with calisthenics, and it is muscle mass. Calisthenics is seen as suboptimal for muscle growth, and one of the main arguments against calisthenics for muscle growth is progressive overload, that you must increase the load of the exercises you do to provide a challenge and increase the tension of the muscles used. However, torque demand or tension can be increased through harder variations by shifting our center of mass and increasing distance from the pivot and the load arm. And also, you can also decrease the amount of support points that you have. But putting aside exercise variation, one way to provide progressive overload will be through bulking. By increasing your own body weight, you are providing an increase of load in every calisthenic exercise you do. But not only that, you are under a nutrient and calorie surplus, necessary to fuel your body for muscle growth. In this way, it sounds great to combine bulking and calisthenics together. You could simply do weighted calisthenics, but what is the fun in that? You might as well become a complete hybrid. It is interesting to look at what you can achieve by only limiting yourself to only one way of training, despite how suboptimal it can be compared to a hybrid approach. In my own experience, despite being borderline obese, my recovery, once I adapted to my own body weight, was actually great. I could train every day and do high frequency, although it might also be because of low exercise variation and increased exercise efficiency. In this sense, once you adapt to your new body weight baseline, your body sort of adapts to that body weight, and the performance itself is not that bad, unless we are talking about lever exercises or any exercise where the center of mass has a great distance from the pivot, like any front lever exercise. However, the question is, was the muscle mass gain through the bulk worth doing? After experiencing a shoulder injury, I decided to finally cut after more than 1 year of bulking. The cut itself lasted around 5 months and I lost 20 pounds. I went from 135 pounds to 135 pounds while being 5'4". As I was losing the weight, I realized that I had more fat than I thought I had, and I had less muscles than I thought I had. Regardless of doing calisthenics or weights, once you cut, I think everybody sort of experiences this. After every cutting phase, there is a question that will always appear: was bulking even worth it? The question appears because in every bulk you sort of overestimate the amount of muscle you have. You gain fat and the muscle is no longer seen clearly. Because the muscle is no longer seen clearly, you cannot have a proper estimation of your own muscle mass. But because you are bigger than before, it sort of gives you a sense of actual progress. But this sense of a lot of progress is shattered as you go through your cutting phase and actually see the amount of muscle mass that you have. It might not be as much as you thought you had gained. After you cut, you look better and feel better, and then ask yourself if bulking was even worth doing, because you might actually have not gained as much muscle mass as you thought, while preventing you from being lean, looking good, and feeling good. I find that many people will cut and then will talk badly about their bulk as if it wasn't even worth it, but the reality is that I achieved my current physique through bulking. Is it fair to say to other people to not bulk when I bulk myself? I think some fitness influencers bulk up to get their physique, and then after they get shredded or lean, they talk badly about their bulks. They promote something they themselves didn't do. I obviously made many mistakes while bulking, such as bulking too aggressively or bulking too much. And looking back, I think taking a more soft approach to bulking might have been better not only for performance, but also for overall results and for the aesthetic physique itself. Bulking is great in the sense that it is a catalyst for your training. You can see as many videos as you can, but the lessons themselves are truly only learned when you experience them yourself. For example, if you're not training hard, you're just going to get fat through the bulk. In this case, you can learn that you're not training hard enough through bulking. In this case, if you were not to bulk and you don't have anyone else to give you an opinion, how will you know that you are training hard enough to grow muscle. Or you can discover and fix your bad diet habits, such as not eating enough whole foods, or realizing that you rely too much on liquid calories to gain weight, such as drinking too much milk. Bulking sort of makes your mistakes more evident. Or finally, you can cut, get rid of the fat, and start again. You can sort of look at getting injured the same way. You got injured, but if you overcome the injury, the next time you injure yourself, you won't panic because you learn how to pass through injuries. Was bulking worth it for calisthenics? Overall, I think it is not worth it. If you want to get more muscle mass through only calisthenics and do not have weights, or you only do calisthenics because you like it, bulking is definitely worth it. Are obstacles mistakes? I think bulking while doing calisthenics to the point I did was really interesting, and I am able to have a different perspective about it. I don't regret bulking while doing calisthenics.